I guess it's time for my occultic tales. Honestly, I might just fucking make a story time on this shit whenever concerned experiences, which I guess I'll go ahead and share. So, whenever it comes to one time, whenever I did my, usual get up with my circle and all, the fucking witch shit we do. But whenever it concerns one entity of which I did convene with, now granted, there were a couple entities of which I did bring into the circle too. Now, this one, I did without making an offering, which let's just say that does piss him off whenever you do that. And it was with Baal. Baal I brought into the circle with me. Now, granted, he did not like the fact that I didn't offer anything to him. Now, granted, I did make recompense afterwards to pretty much settle those, I guess, just to settle the currents. But basically, after the original ritual was done, and I had everything started up, I pretty much consecrated my talismans, in which I'm not going to go into dispute as to how it's done for making talismans. That'll be probably for later content. But whenever it concerned after it was done and I finally closed up the circle and all, I could still feel him near me. Now, granted, whenever it came to the offering, honestly, I was about to let him fuck me. I was like, well, fuck. Since I didn't have an offering, I thought that he'd be fucking okay with that. But no, he was not one of those kinds. He did not really indulge in those endeavors. That actually pissed him off whenever I mentioned it. It really did. Whenever, because I didn't bring anything, I was like, well, you can fuck me if you wish. And he didn't like that. He did not like that shit at all. But afterwards, after I had closed up the circle and all, I actually felt him within me. Now, granted, it was like a pull, almost like a string that was being tugged at times. But then I saw a vision of him with his face right up against mine, with his eyes pissed off. And honestly, I think he was trying to get me off center, just so that way he could. Yeah, I guess that way he could get the recompense for the fact that he partook within a ritual I didn't give back at the time, but I did give back a few days later, just so that way I could settle those lines. So luckily now, whenever it comes to our interaction, it's not as fucking hostile as it was the first time. First time, it was a bit of a nasty introduction, but it was like, oh boy. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it at that.